my people? This is Femi with Landverse, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to build wealth, sustainable wealth with a land flipping business, and really every step along the way that entails in you building wealth for yourself. And wealth can mean different things for you. It could mean that you have $500,000. It can mean you have $1,000,000. It can mean more than that. It really is, by your definition. To me, what wealth means is that I can do whatever it is that I want to do whenever I want to do it. And so if I want to sit here and make this video, I can. If I want to go on a run, I can. If I want to hang out with my wife, I can. If I want to spend time with my family, I can. Whatever it is, really, I can just do it. If I want to spend 3 hours reading, I can do that as well. So that really is my definition of wealth, is living life how you want to live it. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. It really does blow my mind. The majority of people don't actually control their time. They are beholden to someone else's clock, someone else's time schedule, to someone else's dream. And if you want to really live the best quality of life possible and be able to curate your own life, curate your own reality, do the things that you want to do, then you need to build wealth for yourself. It's a non-negotiable. You have to have money. And land flipping has been my way, my vehicle, my path of building sustainable wealth for myself at the age of 24 years old. Multiple seven-figure years consistently since I was 23. And this is just like, it's the best thing in the world. And before that, multiple six-figure profit years, years where I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars, years where I've taken home $1,000,000. Like these are things that I've been able to do very well at the age of 24 years old. And I've, made hundreds of thousands of dollars from single land deals alone, like 1 or 2 land deals alone. Right. And it's allowed me to take care of my business, take care of my family, invest well, make smart investments, and live a life that I dreamt of as a child. Right. And it's all because of this vehicle. And so the way that the vehicle is set up is you need this as a vehicle to print you cash consistently. You use that cash to make smart investments and invest in your business continuously so that you can grow the business, and also so that you can go build a nest egg for yourself. And I always say, like, a lot of the smart investments I make, I'm now in a position where day after day, like, if I don't want to make these videos, I don't have to. If I wanted to shut down Landverse today, I could. If I wanted to shut down even my land business today, I could. And I could comfortably live off of a good amount of money, still travel the world with my wife, still travel the world with my family, still do all those things, still live my life by design. But that's because I've had this vehicle for the last few years, and I've been making very, very good money for the last few years. Top 1%, if not top 0.01% in America in earning. And this is what most folks have to realize. This is not like some side hustle that you do. This is something that you can come into and become a top 1% earner. And that's what I've been able to do. Not only have I done this, but many of my clients have also done this. And so if you're watching this video, it's because you're trying to figure out how you can do the same thing. And it really starts from understanding the 3 pillars of the business. And that is talking to people, acquisitions, that is in market selection, choosing markets and marketing, and is also in dispositions. So we have markets, market selection, acquisitions, and dispositions. Those are the 3 things that you need to be successful in this business. And now around those 3 things, I've built out some of the best processes you can possibly have in a business, to where not only is it just going to be you on the phone, but you're going to get so good at these tasks. You're going to get so good at getting on the phone, so good at analyzing a market, so good at selling properties on the market, that it happens on a conveyor belt. And then you can go sub those tasks out at, $15 an hour, $8 an hour, or 20 or 30% of commission. You can go sub the task out, and then you can work on higher level things of the business, higher level frameworks of the business. How do I improve our KPIs? Okay, we sent out 20,000 mailers this month. How do I make sure that every time we send out 20,000 mailers, we make a certain amount of money? These are things that you can focus on. You start to focus on the infrastructure of your business. You focus on improving your acquisitions process. The basic level, it's those 3 pillars, and you focusing on those 3 pillars. That's it. That's how I've been able to make over $1 million in profit flipping land. Is just focusing on those things and then understanding that along the way, yes, we take punches in the gut and we have to learn from them, just like you do with any business. And you have to realize that, with social media and, you got TikTok, you got Instagram Reels, you got all these things. And it annoys me because people just make this stuff seem like it's so easy. And so and so when you actually go and try to do it, and you might even half-ass it. You try to go do something like this, you try to go start a business for yourself, and you don't put your all into it, and you don't discipline, you don't dedicate yourself to it. I mean, you're not going to go anywhere. And especially the internet has you fooled in thinking that you can just go on YouTube, watch a couple videos, and somehow now you've built $1 million business without seeking any expertise. And it's funny to me because let's say you wanted to be a lawyer, right? If you wanted to be a lawyer, you would have to go to law school. You can't watch a video on YouTube about how to be a top lawyer in the world and then go represent somebody on a case. You cannot do that. But for some reason, people think that they can just watch a couple videos and magically they'll make a lot of money. And can you maybe do that? Yes. But the reality is, if you don't have someone helping you along the way, if you don't have someone that's done it along the way helping you, you're going to fail. And this is what I did in the beginning. I hired multiple people to help me and help me build systems, help me build infrastructure around my business, and ask a million questions. This is not something that you should try to do on your own. And if you want to build wealth, you can't do it alone. You got to do it with someone. You have to do it with people who are also on the same mission as you. And if you don't, it's going to be a lot harder for you to do that. The payoff of you learning how to flip land is really like no other, because now you have a skill where anytime you can go into a market, you know how to acquire a property at 40% of the market value and you can resell it for double. And that is a skill like no other. And you can consistently do this in any market. I've done deals in 47 different states across the country and have continuously done deals in all these different states across the country. This model works everywhere, and it works from anywhere in the world too. I've closed several deals from outside of the country as well. So when it comes to building wealth, when it comes to having a business that is no matter what, you're able to make money in any given market at any time. I mean, what else do you really need? So when it actually comes to building wealth with this and not just doing a deal here or a deal there, but doing multiple deals a month, multiple deals a quarter, what that takes is you mastering the 3 pillars of marketing, acquisitions, and dispositions. You have to master that. And the only way to master it is to do it over and over and over again. I've sent over 1 million mailers in my career. I've sent hundreds of thousands of texts in my career. So I've spent a lot of money on marketing. So you continuously practice. And also talking to sellers. I've had over 1,000 conversations with sellers. And so I understand every seller profile that there can possibly be. I understand all of it. So if you ever have a call where, all of my clients have calls where they need to be broken down, and I understand exactly what's going on in that call, and I can break it down to them to a T, really. I'm able to break these things down because I practiced it so many times. In order to become a master at this, you got to practice. In the same way you put up shots, or the same way if you're practicing a jab, you need to practice it 1,000 times in order to get really good at it. You have to. And I think people underestimate that. I think you watch the videos and you don't see all the thousands of hours that I've put into this. I've put in thousands and thousands of hours into just this. Nothing else. I'm obsessed with this. That's what it takes. If you have to sacrifice, a football game or whatever it is to live the life you want to live, then why wouldn't you do that? That's what I did. And now I'm able to do whatever I want. I threw a party for my wife yesterday, and I was able to pay for it, no problem. Whatever, literally whatever she wanted, whatever she asked for, she got. Whatever she asked for. And that filled me with so much pride. And I was able to do that because I made sacrifices. And we made sacrifices together for this business, to build it to the point where it is now, to where I can confidently say, okay, no worries. and also confidently have trips planned out for us for the rest of the year. From there, you need to be able to iterate based upon mistakes that you're making. So, the same way an athlete looks at film, you need to look at your own film. Look at your calls, break your calls down, figure out where you went wrong. Your mail, how can you improve your mail process? Your answering service, how can you improve that process? How can you frame a seller better? You need to be constantly iterating. You need to aim to be a top 0.01% land company in the country. If you don't think like that, then you're never going to be that. You have to think like that. It starts there first. And so you need to be constantly iterating your processes. If something's not working as efficiently as you need it to be working, you got to fix it. And that's what I do. Like every single week, I'm reviewing our numbers. Okay, how many texts sent? How much data was downloaded? How many markers were chosen? How many properties are being listed today? How many properties are we buying this week? Consistently. Obsession. That's what it takes. That's it. If you want to get to this point, you want to get to the point where I'm at, that's what it takes. The last thing you need is infrastructure and processes around all these things. If you build an infrastructure around lead comes in, lead was spoken to, follow-up process for the lead, acquisitions process for the lead, contract sent out while on the phone, okay, maybe contract wasn't signed, or maybe the seller said, hey, I'm not going to sign this right now. Okay, I need to resend the contract. I'm going to take the contract back. And then from there, it's like, let's schedule a time. Are you booking calls with your sellers? All these things, there need to be processes from start to finish. Even when it comes to listing, what does our broker Rolodex look like? Are we working with the best brokers in this market, in this area? If not, got to be fixed. What does our marketing look like? What does our follow-up process with buyers look like? What does our market selection process look like? Are we consistently picking really good markets? Is the pricing in these markets really good? If not, if you're not doing these things, you're not going to have $1 million business. You won't. And then also being able to teach all these processes to a team that can do these things for you. So that way, when it comes time for you to travel, do whatever you want to do with your life, as you should, your team does it for you. And so you do all these things, you're going to build, some pretty insane wealth with the land flipping business. It's inevitable for you. It really is. I want you to win bigger than you can even imagine, which is why I make these videos, because I wish that I would have had someone be this real with me when I started. And when I started, there was a lot of, you can just make tens of millions. You could just do just so many guarantees that really will have you thinking that these things are so easy when they're not. It's very simple, but it's not easy. But if you put in the work, if you're diligent, you'll make more money than you ever would have thought. You will. It's just unfortunate because some people try to sell the dream of this without selling the work too. The dream is real, but the work has to match it. And if you don't have that, if you don't have the work ethic, the dream won't come true. The dream will not work unless you do. And so you have to choose to put in the work so the dream can work. The only reason why my dream worked is because I put in the work. Because I understood, because every task that I did, I created processes and infrastructure around that. So well to the point where I can teach it to other people and they can make hundreds of thousands of dollars within a few months of working with me, which has happened. And so if you want that result, feel free to book in a call with me below. I'd be happy to go over your current goals, your current situation, and see what I can do to help you scale a multi-six-figure profit land flipping business in 2025 and beyond. Feel free to leave a comment below if you want me to talk about another topic. If you have any questions, if you're curious about anything, I'd be happy to answer. This has been Femi Lamberts, and I'll see you in the next video.